laughing at the damn thing.
All right, everybody. Hey, welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
And today we have a guest, Ernie Marquez.
Thank you. I love being here. Thank you for having me.
I got it right. Marquez, right?
Marquez, yep. Marquez. You call me whatever you want. I'm not picky.
There's some people that are very, very adamant about how you pronounce their name, though. You know what I mean? Like, he says Adam Vok to my iPhone just refuses to call him Vokey. It just won't do it, man. It just will not call him Adam Vokey. I have to give in to it. Like, call Adam Vok. I shouldn't have said that. He's going to try to, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy going. You call me whatever you want.
All right, man.
I'm good.
That's awesome. So, Ernie, actually, we kind of met. We always talk about how we know each other. I think I met you through your dad, Steve.
I believe so. And I know my wife and I were going to your comedy show. We were pretty consistent with your comedy shows when you guys were doing the comedy shows.
Okay.
Staying consistent with that, though. That was good stuff.
What's your wife's name?
Jessica.
Jessica. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you met him about the same time then. So, you probably, we all know each other about the same.
Yeah.
You guys dealt with my dad a little bit more when you were doing you're a vendor. Was it
Pepsi?
Pepsi,
Yeah,
okay.
I was with Budweiser.
But okay.
Yeah.
So
I see.
Yeah, I always Tortilla Steve is what I call
Yeah,
him.
that's everybody knows my dad as Tortilla Steve in the big yellow truck. That's
what it is.
Yeah.
And Gloria, but I laugh because they go. We were talking earlier. They're from Pueblo.
Yeah.
And you could tell they're from Pueblo because they got that Pueblo swagger about them. You know what I mean? That's the only way.
That's funny.
Right.
When we first moved here, we would hear that you got a weird accent. You guys talk kind of weird. You guys.
Yeah. It's Pueblo, man.
Yeah. Then that's it. You get more people from Pueblo that come down and kind of relate. I'm like, do I sound like this guy?
Yeah, right. And it's Pueblo because they put S's where they don't belong and a shitload of vowels, right?
Unnecessary,
right?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that shirt? I got it from Walmart's, right? Safeways. They always put an S, and it's always like E, O, right? They always lead in with a vowel,
That's
man.
funny. That's what
Yeah.
Well, I've heard my dad described to me as a cholo. Oh, your dad's that cholo that does the tortillas.
Right.
Like, I guess. I never thought of my dad as a cholo, but I could see when you talk to him, he would sound like that.
For Morgan County, he's very cholo-ish, but for Pueblo, he's just Steve. That's what. You ever get back to Pueblo at all, man?
Oh yeah. In fact, we just had a reunion from the 1990s Ville. We grew up in some apartments down there, and we spent most of our. I moved over there in the first grade. I was just before the first grade, and we moved out of there from there, we moved here to Fort Morgan. So it was from, I don't even remember what year it was, but we started 7 or 8 years old when I moved in over there. But we grew up, and it was kind of a family, everybody over there growing up.
Right.
My mom, and my friend Ryan, he lives here with us. He moved over here from Pueblo with us 19 years ago or so. But we were driving through Pueblo, and we said, you know what, it'd be nice to see so-and-so. It'd be nice to see. We started naming all of them. I'm like, well, man, you know what, everybody's connected. Why don't we reach out and see if they all want to meet up? We'll have like a little reunion. And
That's cool.
We did that like about 12 years ago before the social media was big, and it was a good time. And then kind of everybody just living their lives, doing their thing. And last weekend is when we had it. It was pretty sweet, man. It was pretty
cool.
awesome. Yeah, it was a great time. So we do go back. My brother Steve was one that was consistently going back throughout the time we were here. I myself was not back in Pueblo near as often as
He's older though, right?
Yeah, he's a little older.
So he kind of remembers like the old
Pueblo. Yeah, a little bit. Well, we moved over here. It was an interesting story. Like I was telling you, my dad Steve, he's the one that moved us over here after it was bad. Alcohol addiction, drug addiction. It was kind of, I guess you can call the ghetto in the hood. It was the Pueblo Ville. It was the hood, and they were we got into some trouble over there. We had a rival gang. I guess it was a gang. They called us a gang, but we had the rival gang come over to our apartments, bust out all the windows with the.
Wow.
Yeah, they came over with the shotgun, busted all of our windows, and we were gone at the time. It was actually on Halloween. We were out doing dirt, came back, but 3 months before that happened, we caught my dad him and his friend doing coke, I believe it was, in my bedroom.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we beat the hell out of his friend.
Right.
After that, we didn't see my dad for 3 months, and within that 3 months, that happened at the apartment. We got evicted, had nowhere to go, and they found my dad. One weekend, he shows up in a U-Haul at the Ville, and we were driving over this little podunk, little shit kicking down. It was an interesting move. But
that's cool though, man. He lived across from like where City Market is. Is that where he told me? I think.
Yeah, the County Market.
County Market.
Yeah,
okay.
that was a project
on
right there.
Prairie.
On Prairie. Yep, that's
okay.
the project. You know where that's at.
Yeah.
And if you go down Prairie, I believe it's south on Prairie. The Pueblo Village Apartments were right there is where we grew up. Between the Pueblo Village Apartments and the projects were.
Okay.
That was where we lived, and my whole life is, until I moved here.
Right. I lived in Bessemer.
Oh yeah,
or in Minnequa now, right? So,
yeah.
Still sorry, we're going to talk a little Pueblo, folks. Sorry, man. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I know. I grew up in Lamar.
Okay.
So I know that.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
I know, right?
No, I'm joking.
Shots fired.
No, I'm just joking.
But my family lived on the corner of my great aunt and my grandma owned a house there on the corner of Pine Street and Central. Across from the park.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. And you guys owned a house. You must have been rich.
Well, so my aunt bought it, great aunt, when they were like teenagers.
Oh wow.
For my great grandmother. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
We just
you guys have a little history in Pueblo.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Nice,
yeah. That's
nice.
what it breaks my heart because that's the family house. And now my great aunt Ruth passed away in 2020 in January. No one lives there now, so they're selling the house. It's all old school.
I see. So it's probably been in the family for some years, though.
It has. When we would go, that's where we go to vacation was Pueblo.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
I had a single mom. That's me here and my grandma was go to Pueblo.
Yeah.
But I thought it was the coolest place on the planet, man. And I grew up in the sticks here.
Yeah,
the exact
yeah,
opposite
yeah,
of you, bro.
yeah,
I grew up.
I get it.
Born in June Cleaver, and but my aunt lived across from there's the pool there.
Yeah.
Has a McDonald's, a walk-up McDonald's. It's not even a regular McDonald's. It's just a walk-up.
There's a drive-through and then walk-up.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no inside.
No inside on that one.
Had a baseball field, a basketball court. It was a park, and it was in the ghetto.
Right there by the Bessemer Park.
Yeah, but I didn't understand the ghetto, man.
Yeah, you didn't know. No, yeah, that's coming from this town.
Right.
That's interesting, man.
I had nothing to wear because I wore Chicago Bulls shit back then. And my aunt told my mom, like, you can't
be careful
dress.
which colors. Yeah, be careful what colors you're wearing. Don't go and get your butt whooped down there. That's cool, man.
Because the boy's big, makes a big target. So don't, you know what I mean? I'm like, the target? I'm an idiot. So, that's
pretty sweet, though. Yeah, but we've been over here since 96, and I moved back in 97 and had a kid at 15 and decided to move back.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that excelled my life real pretty quick from being a kid to having to become a parent. Like quick. It was interesting.
That's crazy, man.
That was intense, yeah.
So how old's the kid now?
My daughter, she's 24.
Wow.
She's 24 in April, yeah. She's amazing, man. She's living in Washington. And granddaughter, my granddaughter is 7.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. I became a grandfather at 31 years old, man.
Oh, wow.
That's wild as hell, isn't it? Yeah, that's unbelievable, dude.
Not in Pueblo.
Yeah, no, that's normal for Pueblo.
Pueblo said, why'd you wait so long?
No, but it's interesting because I was 31, but I turned 32 1 hour and 4 minutes after she was born. So, but I was still 31 years old when I was a grandfather. So
that's cool, though.
For now, yeah, she would have held her in for another hour. That would have been on my birthday, but
that's cool.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm going to ask you is we're going to talk a little bit about the gladiator boxing.
Oh yeah,
because that's your passion.
Amazing. Oh, dude.
Are any of these stories about gladiator boxing?
They're not. No. None of it. No, none of it. I was going to too, but if I tell some stories from there, to my daughter said, everybody knows you. Everybody knows your stories from there. They're gonna know which ones are true. I'm like, all right, I get it.
Okay.
I get it. So I kind of didn't want to go into that and give you the true and the false story right away. But yeah, that was my daughter's help with me coming up with stories.
So since they're not any stories, tell me a little bit about the gladiator and how it got started, what it's all about, man.
Well, actually, when we moved over here in 1996, we were I had just come back from a tournament in California. It was the regionals, and right after that, we had moved over here to Fort Morgan, and there was no boxing, not anything. So my mom and dad are the ones that. Oh no, it was in 97 after I came back. I went back to Pueblo in 96, came back in 97 with the kid, and there was no boxing. I had just come back from a tournament, and there was no boxing here. So my mom and dad started setting up meetings with the city council and tried to get a boxing gym over here in the city. And it was months. My dad was going back and forth and it was funny. I mean, now that I'm older and thinking about it, I'm going, man, I'm sure listening to like these older white folks on the city council back then, listening to my dad come in and talk had to have been pretty entertaining. Cause
we can buy all the gloves at Walmart's. Why is he using all the S's?
Yes. But he came through and he was having meetings with the city and stuff, and he got it approved to where we were over at the Armory. So when we first started, we were at the city Armory, which recently closed down and was bought up, I guess. But it's we started over there, and it was pretty awesome. We were there for like a year, maybe a little over a year, and then the Parks and Rec director, they changed hands, and the new one told us, like, you guys can use the Armory, but like 1 hour a day for like 2 times a week. And my dad was like, oh, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, that's not going to work. And by that time, they had already moved to a house. They had a house, and they were like, well, we could just set it up in the basement. So we took some bags down to the basement, took all of our mitts, and we started training down there. And so since '96, we've been kind of training there. And then when they moved, we moved the gym, and we kind of moved it until 2013 is when my wife and I took over and have been running it ever since then. But learning what my mom and dad has taught us, man, they've helped. Just watching them work with the kids in the community,
right.
They're pretty rough. Even my mom, like anymore, I'm like, I'd love to pull her on board right now coaching, but it's like the way she talks and stuff. She's pretty hardcore. My mom's, she's from Pueblo. She knows how it goes. Hey, you know what it's like.
I love your mom.
Oh, dude,
I love
it's like I don't know if that I have kids coming back with their parents. After you talk to some of these kids, because I mean, she's one of her favorite. When they were coaching, one of her favorite things to say was, "Come on, that's some bitch shit. What are you doing? That's some bitch shit. Why are you doing like that's some bitch shit? You can't be doing that." Like, oh, and so she's pretty tells it how it is. And I think some of these kids now are a little, I would say, a little more highly sensitive, or they're a little more.
It's good for them.
Right. It is good for them.
They need that.
They do.
That's how you make them not highly sensitive. You put them in the room with Gloria.
Put them with Gloria,
yeah.
After they're done with Gloria, no, she has the most beautiful heart, but she don't take no shit from nobody.
Especially your dad.
Oh man, from nobody.
Yeah.
She's pretty ruthless. But it's learning from her coaching as throughout the years, watching her and watching my dad and how amazing they are with the kids and how much they genuinely give a damn. You know, you can see they genuinely care, and it's like shit. You're really having an impact. There are kids that were my age that they've been training, and they're still, 20 years later, they're still over there. Hey, Gloria, Steve, thank you. You know, they're still thanking them for. And I realized what an impact that we were having, not only with them but myself, just kind of helping the kids. And like, man, this is not only showing them how to defend themselves and showing them an art, you know, boxing, but we're teaching them some self confidence, teaching them, you know, to be themselves and not be afraid to be yourselves.
Right.
And you're gonna get punched in your face and you're gonna get knocked out sometimes, but get back up and keep fucking trucking, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I learning that, man, we took it to another level. My wife, myself, and my board of directors, my brother Ryan, and we took it to another level, man, and just trying to help. We seen after the COVID stuff, that's crazy, but we stepped it up there and started helping there. But since we took over in 2013, man, I can say, man, I'm living my dream, man.
That's so awesome, man.
It's beautiful, and my dream has never been to have a lot of money. So just so you know, that's not how my, because you don't make a lot of money running a gym. But I'm helping people, I'm inspiring people. It's like you're giving people confidence to take the world on, man, and not be afraid. It's pretty badass, dude.
It's like that song from Tesla. It's not what you get. It's not what you have. It's what you give.
Yes,
right?
That's right, man. That's right. But
and
it's.
The word you wanted to use earlier, I think, is you teach them discipline, right? Those kids learn discipline, right? I mean,
huge discipline. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Then some of them kids that come in there with a little bit of they think they're badasses. Mm-hmm. They step in that ring, and a lot of times, the kids that are like that, a lot of times I'll put them in there with one of our girls that can kick some ass. It's very. Oh, you have no idea how much that shit will humble somebody real quick. You go in there with a girl or even a younger boy. We have two young boys on our team, the Perez boys. They're 15 and 17. And I mean, these kids are knocking out adults. So I mean, you get some of these guys that come from other gyms and they're badasses and I've done this and I'm like, all right, buddy, we're gonna have you spar with our 15-year-old kid, all right? And just you don't have to take it easy. Don't worry. You don't have to take it easy. And he goes there. They start questioning themselves, like, fuck, I don't know if I'm ready for this stuff, man. If I can't take a hit from a 15-year-old kid, like, fuck, I don't know if I want to be.
Right.
But either that or the young kids with the girls. You put a little girl in there, like when my daughters were boxing.
Right.
And I hate to say it was fun, but it was kind of fun. You know, you get some of these kids that come in there thinking they're badasses. You put them in there with the girls, and I feel bad a little bit because there was a couple of them where it chased them away and they never came back. The kid never came back after the girl put the whooping on him.
Well, you think, Ernie? I mean, come on, dude.
But no, more times than not, the kids come back and they realize, like, damn, maybe I'm not that much of a badass.
Right.
Show me what you know. You know, they'll show me what you know. You know, they'll want to learn instead of keep getting their ass kicked. So, but there was one that turned away and he never came back after he got an ass whooping. And to this day, I still wink at him and tell him he's a good kid.
Hey, Brittany was just having a good day, bro. Okay?
Yeah.
She knocked you out and all. I mean, yeah, you shit yourself a little bit, but I mean, you know what? Brittany was just having a good day, right? That's awesome. That's
funny. Yeah, it's pretty good though, man. But it's overall though, man. Kids you learn so much about yourself. Even me, when you're in there, it's like when you're pushed to your absolute physical limit. I mean, it's some intense shit, and you got to keep on going. And if you don't keep on going, somebody's gonna start punching you in your damn face.
Right.
Yeah, it's it makes you realize, all right, maybe I'm not as badass as I am.
Right.
And then after you start training and you start going more, you realize, fuck, I'm more badass than I thought I was. You know,
Right.
but you know where to use it, and you know not to. You get that confidence in yourself to where you don't try to be the badass. You already know you're a badass.
So I listened to a few of your podcasts. You had a podcast with Aaron DeLay.
Yes,
his name,
yes,
right?
yes.
And it was called The Gladiator and the Educator because he's a teacher.
He's a teacher. He's awesome, man.
And the one podcast, I can't remember who you're talking to, but that's one of the points you brought up was the fact that this taught kids that thought they were tough, that they can be tough, but you know you're tough. You know what I mean? You no longer have something to prove. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If it comes down to it, you can handle business, but you don't got to.
They'd rather walk away.
Right.
They'd rather walk away and just like, come on, man. I'm not going to get a trophy after I kick your ass, so I'm just going to go ahead and go this way.
Right. Just discipline.
Yeah. Discipline. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. The discipline, man.
Cool. Well, after we tell our stories and stuff, we'll come back and talk a little about it. And you can give us some information on how to get a hold of you and how to get involved with that. So
awesome. Yeah, we got a lot more going with it. We just opened up a wrestling room, so we started a wrestling program. And I don't know a damn thing about wrestling, but I brought people in that do know.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Very cool. So if you're new to the podcast, one thing I want to tell you, first of all, thank you, Slater, for letting us do this here. It's so awesome. The Brush Chamber of Commerce for letting us do it in here. It's a cool little setup. I really like how the room looks and all that good stuff. Yeah. So thank you, Slater. Thank you, Brush Chamber of Commerce, for being so cool. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the Bullhucker. So what this podcast is, we bring a guest on, Ernie, who we've been listening to. And Ernie's going to tell us 3 stories about his life. Now, the kicker is only 2 of these stories are true. 1 is incorrect, right? Is it made up or is it? Don't go too much into detail. Is it made up or is it borrowed?
It's borrowed.
Okay, it's a borrowed story. Cool. And we'll give whoever credit for it here in a little bit. Once I guess it and Adam gets it wrong.
Again.
I just cursed myself. I'm on a crazy roll, man. I'm on a crazy roll.
Me too, of not guessing correctly.
Which is horrible because you got like the first 25 right and I was horrible.
Damn.
No,
this is awesome, though. This is awesome.
Now Poppy's on a roll, so that's what's up, man. Also, if you're checking this out on YouTube, man, hit that subscribe button. That would be awesome, and make sure whenever we release new videos every Tuesday, hit the notification. It'll let you know we're releasing them. Now, if you look down in the corner right here, you'll see a little green and red box that says subscribe. You can actually hit that at any point in time. It'll subscribe you to this podcast. If you're listening to anything, if you're listening to it like a podcast, audio, you can listen to iTunes, Spotify. Nice. Do you have a podcast you like to listen to, a platform?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I try to stay away from the technology just as much as I need, just as much as I have to.
Fair enough. You're afraid that someday it's going to rule us, right?
It's going to.
Yeah. The iPhone's going to come back and start stabbing you like the Terminator does. So, but if you just subscribe to that or whatever you can, that'd be awesome. So you can follow us and support the show. Also, at the end of these podcasts, leave a comment. See if you guessed Ernie's right.
Yeah.
At the end of the podcast.
That's good.
You'll obviously know the answer. It's not. We used to do it like you'd have to wait till the next week.
Oh, I see.
But we're going to do it tonight. We changed it so.
I like it. I like that. That's good.
So I'll be honest and put down what you thought it was. It's always fun to see if you were right and we were wrong or whatever. So, all right, Ernie, you ready to tell some stories?
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Let's go. Let's get with it.
So we have 3 stories. Adam, you want to read them off?
Okay, we got Starstruck, Vacation Rumble, and Bowling Foul.
All right.
Yeah, I'll let you guys pick which one you want.
I picked first last time.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm going to save that one for you because I think that's one you want to hear, right? I'm going to go Bowling Foul.
Bowling Foul, okay. All right, this is a pretty good one. And just if you can see this right there, that was from the foul right there. And
okay.
It's better now. It's better now. I got to wrap it a little bit better. But going bowling with the family, it's when I don't know if you guys know, you're from around here, so you know that they shut down that bowling alley a few times and opened it back up a few times.
Here in Brush or?
No, in Morgan. I'm sorry, Fort Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah, the Fort Morgan bowling alley. Well, the last time that they had just opened it up, it had just opened up. It wasn't this recent one, but the one before that, we took the whole family. I don't even know how many years ago it was, but we took the family out, and I had just come back. We were come back from Pueblo, and I feel kind of like a badass when I'm bowling, and when you're hot.
Yeah. Well,
the last game in Pueblo, I was hot, and it was my wife's birthday, so I come home with the champion. So we decided to go bowling over here in Fort Morgan. We take all of my mom, my dad, and all the family. We go bowling. Well, I'm not doing near as well as I did the week before, so I started trying to get a little fancy, saying, we're just having fun with it, doing funny rolls. I went. I was not winning. Just so you know, getting my ass kicked. So that's why I gave up and was doing just the ridiculous shit. I even went behind my back, just under the legs, behind my back.
Then you have an excuse to lose. I was messing around, man. I wasn't even trying.
Well, at that time I was drinking. I quit drinking, but at that time I was drinking. So the ego kind of gets to going like, oh, fuck you guys, and then you start having fun, and that's exactly what it was. It's like, if you guys are lucky I wasn't taking this shit serious.
Did your mom yell at you when you put it between your legs? That's some bitch shit.
That's a bitch shit. Come on, Ernie. That's funny. Yeah, I got to get back and tell some stories. Before we get done, I got to tell you some stories about my mom. And
Okay.
her, because she was kind of ruthless. I love her. That's why when I say ruthless, you'll know why I say I can't have her talk to some of the kids like I do now.
Okay.
But back to the story. But on the it wasn't even done because I had to quit and let my daughters roll for me after because I fucked my hand up. I went to go roll. I was doing a quick spin. And for one, I'm pretty damn small. So I had my dad's ball that it was the heavier ball. He tried to use the big ball. So I get the heavier ball and it's like I don't even know how heavy it was. But as I'm going around, I lose my fucking with them shoes, slip down, or catch the edge of the damn thing. Ugh. Yeah. Break my pinky. It didn't break. I didn't go get it checked. I just wrapped it. Like, well, it's like it did. I don't know if it broke or not, but I just didn't go to the doctor to get it fixed. But you can kind of see how it's kind of. I don't know if you guys can see on the video.
Oh, anybody who looks like can see it, dude.
It's pretty bad. And to this day, my daughters give me shit about this, and they make fun of me about the incident. So, yeah, that's that one. And I have a little bit of a reminder.
Oh, you're gonna. Does it hurt when you're boxing?
No, that was at first it took me off. It even took me out of a fight one. I had a fight set up, not set up, but offered, and I had no boxing for it was about 8 months or 8 weeks. 8 weeks I took off for that one and didn't. But all I did is like we do in Pueblo, get some popsicle sticks, tape it up, and honestly, and it's. I mean, I wouldn't say it fixed, but
right.
It's fully functional.
All right.
So when you turned down the fight, you told him you had a training injury, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly what I told him. It was hurt myself in training. I hurt myself in training.
I bust my pinky up. I was like, oh, shit.
Well, I just sent him, and it's funny because you can send him on the emails. I just sent him a picture with this strapped up with the thing and just said, training injury. And
yeah.
You don't even have to explain yourself.
That's funny.
Luckily, you don't have to explain yourself.
Right. Where were you bowling in Pueblo?
Where was I born?
Bowling. Where were you bowling?
Oh, no, it was over here. You mean the week before that?
Yeah.
The week before that was Midtown. Over in Midtown. Okay. Yeah, you know where Midtown's at?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, my aunt and her husband, they don't own, but they run a bowling alley over there. So
yeah, I've never been there.
That's usually where the parties are at.
Oh yeah.
Good times.
It's where the Sears used to be.
Yeah, right there in Midtown. You know exactly. This guy knows Pueblo.
I know Pueblo pretty well, man.
Yeah.
I found my way home drunk from every corner of Pueblo, man.
I think you found your way home drunk from every corner of every town.
I tell you what,
that's awesome.
The town tavern used to. Do you know where that is? Over by that Lady Fair Laundry.
Yep, I know exactly.
Across the park, and I'm from a small town, so I get hammered and I'd go over there and drink some more, and I'd walk my big ass across that park.
Damn, over there at Bessemer Park, you're brave.
That's what I heard. I think my size.
That's what I heard.
I think my size has gotten me out of a lot of problems in life.
Yeah. Seeing somebody that big, a silhouette that big, yeah.
Right? But it was the
Is that Sasquatch?
I don't know, but it sounds like it.
Oh, shit.
So I went to that town tavern.
Good stuff.
And there was a kid named Joe bartending. And it's the first time I'd ever been offered drugs, because I tipped him. I was the only person that ever tipped him, right? And, Pueblo. I met the head of the mafia in there, some old drunk, it's Pueblo, right?
Yeah.
So the guy goes, hey, you want some Coke? I'm like, no. Look at Pueblo, man. You know what I mean? Town Tower's been shut down. Yeah. So
that's good stuff. Have you been to the Riverwalk down there?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Have you tried?
No, I haven't.
This guy's not a Pueblo guy, yeah. But I just recently this was my first time. I've been.
Right.
I don't know how long they've had it done, but my first time going to the Riverwalk was just a couple weeks ago. Man, that was freaking beautiful.
Yeah, they did a good job, man.
They did a great job. Down there. That's pretty awesome.
Do you see what they did to the old jail down there?
I didn't see what they did.
Somebody bought it, and it was like $1 million to even get the asbestos out. They turned it into a hotel.
Really?
Yeah, it's got it's got a brewery and an awesome restaurant downstairs, but upstairs
they got the cells as as rooms, huh?
Yeah, the cell. It's the clink. That's what they call the.
That's awesome.
The clink. Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that advertisement. We were walking around. I didn't know what it was with the clink because we were talking shit when we saw that. Right. I said, "Oh, the clink," and we've had our experiences, but
right. Wade Ridley, our friend Wade Ridley. Right. What's up, Wade? He was, because he did a little comedy show in the back room. He's like, this used to be the interrogation room. I'm like, how do you know that? He's like, I just know that. I bet you do, Wade, you damn degenerate. So, all right.
That's good stuff.
All right.
That's pretty badass.
All right, bowling fell. What do you think so far, Adam?
I think that's legit.
Yeah, well.
I can see how that could happen. Unless that injury's from something else.
Like picking your nose or something, you know what I mean?
That ain't getting up my nose.
Well, not anymore.
All right. Mr. Vokey, pick it out.
Since you saved this one for me, I'll go that way. Vacation Rumble.
Oh, shit. That was a good one. This was just 2 years ago.
Okay.
So this was pretty recent. This was a little more recent. I got a better memory of this one. Oh, shit. Well, I have 4 daughters and a granddaughter, but we've and over the years we've gone on vacations and we've taken 2 at one time, 2 another time, 2, and it's usually because we, being young parents that way, you just don't normally have enough money to be able to afford all the trips. So we've done that. Well, this 2 years ago we finally decided that we were going to all go, all of us together, to Disneyland.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, it was amazing. It was the most amazing time ever. But and so we divvied up the rooms. Okay, we had 3 rooms, so we're okay, a couple of us in each room or whatever, and get it set up. Well, my youngest and my oldest daughter, them two always kind of bump heads more. They're a lot alike.
It's always chingasos.
All the damn time. And it's having girls. It's always chingasos all the. It's a good time, dude. It's great. But it's more of a yap than it is. Well, or at least mostly. But when they get serious, it gets pretty damn intense. It gets super intense. They broke my other daughter's arm.
Jesus.
Her arm and her shoulder. Yeah, they
God.
Yeah, and that's a whole another story. But she had trying to do cheerleading outside. It was pretty badass. The girls, she's a trooper. But anyways, they we're on vacation over in California, and we're all staying. And it's about a block from the Disneyland right there. And we're in our rooms already. It's already late. We're going to bed. It's already almost bedtime. They're in the rooms, and you hear screaming. We're in the room. We hear screaming. We get phone calls, and our rooms are not on the it's around the corner. We're on this side on the same floor, but it's not right next door. It's around the corner right there. So I open the door. I look the door, and there's lights on. They're fucking flailing. It's insane. It's wild. They're flailing. I go run over there. My oldest daughter's butt ass naked, and and my other daughter, they got each other by the hair. And I'm going, what the. Your fucking door's wide. I'm like, what
are you doing?
What the fuck are you guys doing?
This is the happiest place on earth, goddammit.
I was just getting ready to say that. I'm like, happiest place on earth, my ass.
Oh shit, it's insane. It was insane. But yeah, and I just didn't even want to go in to break it up. So as soon as I walk over and I see my daughter's butt, I'm like, the fuck, Mama. I run over and call my wife. I call her Mama. So I run over and call Mom. Go get that, break that shit up. I don't want no part of that shit. It was pretty intense. And after that, my daughter, all right, I'm flying home. I'm just driving back to the airport. I'm like, calm down, relax. We're good. My oldest daughter, she's fuck this. I'm going home. I'm like, just relax. We're good. We're gonna keep it. So we had to kind of separate them two from rooms and do some room rearrangement. But that battle, it was pretty intense. And to this day, we still giving them shit about that one.
Well, did they ever say what the fight was about?
I don't even know what it was. Okay, in fact, yes, it was. My youngest daughter said something to her. She told her fuck you, or told her shut up or something like that. So she just snatched her up by the hair, and I hear all the screaming. I get the phone call from my daughter's boyfriend because he's over there in the room with them. So I get the phone call from them. So he's like, come get him. They're fighting. I run over, open the door. The door's like kind of halfway open. I open it up. I see freaking neck. I'm like, shit. My daughter's ass. I don't want to see that shit. So I run back, call Mama. Mama comes over and gets them broken up, and we have to divvy the rooms up and have to. But that was intense. So that was probably the funniest part of the trip, I'd have to say.
Why are you naked?
Well, that's what I'm like, what the fuck was that? Well, I was just getting out of the shower, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And my poor granddaughter had to witness that.
That's what it is. Why is your clam out? You know what I mean? What are you doing? You know?
You let her go. You release her. Yeah. Don't.
That's funny.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
In Disneyland of all places, you know?
Yeah, grip like that. That's terrible. Fucked up person.
Have you ever fist fought your sister?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
We were young, like probably like 6 and 10 or something like that. I mean, we were throwing each other around. I mean,
really? Who won?
Age difference?
I was the only one bleeding. She scratched the shit out of me.
Age difference in you and your sister?
It's 4 years. I'm 4 years older.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought she was older than that.
See, I never get into it with my sister. My younger brother David is the one that fought with my sister all the time.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't necessarily say fighting. He would just beat the shit out of her all the time.
Oh, wow.
When they were kids, so she's She's a tough one.
Yeah.
There was times where we were like fighting and bickering and whatever, and our parents would put us in a room and say, "You guys go in there and get it out of your system." We'd beat the shit out of each other and come back out. You're good.
That's exactly how we were. But being boxers, that's we just bang it out and be done with it. And bang it out and be done with it. Yeah.
I'm 14 and 15 years older than my brother and sister.
Oh shit!
So Tiffany obviously closer to being their dads. But John is in MMA. He likes that MMA stuff.
Really?
He's in Pueblo. Yeah, he hasn't done it lately.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. What's his name?
John Barros. Baros. John D. They were calls him anyway.
Yeah.
I think the it's there off a lake by the hospital almost. I think that's where the dojo is.
Yeah, Jackson's MMA. Is it Jackson's
something?
MMA?
This guy used to be an MMA fighter.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That's what John was into, so I don't mess with John. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not.
Little brother will whip your ass.
He would whip my ass, dude.
That's funny.
He used to have long curly hair, and I always tell him like, when you fall asleep, I'm gonna give you a boy haircut. That's what's gonna happen, And dude, I just messed with him one day. Clippers, he came up swinging, bud, and I was like, okay, all right, let's not.
That's brothers that can fight. That's how we were. My two brothers, myself, and I had 4 or 5 cousins that were all boxers, all in the same within 3 years of each other. So it was fighting like that, and it was no problem. Nobody breaking us up. Mom and dad wouldn't give a shit. Grandma.
Just get it on, right?
Just get it on. Yeah, that's kind of what made us kind of a tough little group.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fighting with family.
All right. What do you think so far? You got a clear one or no?
No. I'm waiting for that last story.
All right, me too. Me too.
The last one's a good one. That one's from 2009.
Okay. Well, let's hear it. Starstruck.
All right. Starstruck. All right. Yeah, that was in 2009. I had a boxing match. I guess I said there wasn't any about, not the boxing team, but this was a boxing match that I went to.
Okay.
It was in California, and it was pretty awesome. Actually, I fought 2 times on the trilogy of Israel Vasquez and Rafael Marquez. I don't know, you probably, if you're not into boxing, I don't know if you've heard of them, but they had a killer trilogy, man. They fought 3 times, and it was an absolute war every single time. It was badass.
Right.
But I fought on the undercard of two of them fights, and I was the one where this is where I'll let you know now. We got to meet Mario Lopez, which was pretty damn sweet.
That's
pretty
cool.
damn sweet. Yeah. Well, we're at the fights, and I get headbutted, and they stop my fight like in the first round, and I was kicking the kid's ass, man. I'm whooping his ass, and I get headbutted. They split me open like right up, and it's just pouring. It was pretty bad. It was one of the probably my worst cuts that I've gotten from a headbutt, but it split me open like completely. So I had the second fight, and it was a full night of fights, and we kind of snuck in, and they let the boxers into the matches, and if there's seats available, you can kind of sit in. And we snuck in. We were like on the second row right there watching the fights, and man, it was a killer show. We're sitting there, and as I'm looking around, I'm kind of looking at the first row, and I'm looking at all the people, and I'm just going, man, that's a big ass diamond ring that lady has on, son. Sitting next to me, they're all dressed to the damn looking, and I'm just sitting here with my damn muscle shirt on from after the fight, getting out of the fight with my eye bandaged up and stuff like that, and I'm looking around, and right next to me, directly next to me was Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg was sitting next to me, and his
the wrestler?
wife, the wrestler, yeah, the old wrestler, yeah. This was in 2009, but Bill Goldberg and the son of a bitch, I got a picture with him. I'll have to show it to you guys, but he's making a fist like that, and I'm not shitting you. His fist is like the size of my damn head.
Right.
The guy's a fucking. I'm not a very big guy. I'm not a very big guy myself, but his fist is he's a freaking monster.
Right.
It was insane, and you can see we were kind of right up in the second row of the fights, and it was a high level fight, so. All the celebrities and stars start coming out there, and we're sitting there. My mom starts smacking my leg. I'm sitting there. My mom starts smacking my legs. It was just my mom and me that had flown out. And this was when I was just turning professional, and I didn't really know the game a whole lot. So I was only able to get 2 flights, my mom and myself, to be able to fly down. So she was working my corner. Anymore, though, I kind of learned the game a little bit. Anymore, I'm flying 3 or 4 people out with me, and we're going to all have fun.
Right.
But that was earlier in the game, but so my mom and we're sitting there and she starts smacking my leg. She's smacking my leg, and I'm going, Mom, what the fuck? She looks over, she's like, look, it's Mario Lopez, and it was right after they had just won the dancing. What was the show that they won? Him and the girl.
Dancing with the Stars.
It was, and him and the whoever the lady was, they were both sitting right there, and I don't know if they were promoting or what the fuck they were doing, but she starts getting all like panic. I'm like, Mom, calm down. We'll go take a picture with him. We'll go get his autograph. And she's like, really? I'm like, let's go. So I get up and I walk around because he's on the end of the aisle. We're probably 6. Because it's him, them 2, and then probably 4 more people, and then my mom, me, Goldberg, his wife, and there was a couple of other people that Probably famous. I didn't even know. I didn't even give a shit after my mom was like smacking my leg and getting all fucking weird, acting like a kid on it. And I've never seen my mom like that. I'm like, damn, shit, mom, I didn't realize you were.
Mom, calm down. That's some bitch shit you're doing right now.
Bitch ass shit, mom. Come on, get your shit together. Get your shit together, mom. That's funny. That's funny. But we walked out. We went and walked out. And as we walked out, they were standing up and they were going over there. And I was like, hey, Mario. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I take a picture? He's like, yeah, how's it going? How are you doing? You know, and he started talking with us. He saw my eye and was asking about the eye and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I took the second fight. You know, I was the second fight. And he got there later than that. Because nobody's there for the first 2 or 3 fights. It's always they show up for the main events. But he's right there. We're talking with him. And my mom, even as I'm sitting there talking with him and he's asking me about the fight, and she's sitting there just shaking. I'm not shitting you, man. She's seriously just like shaking like crazy. And I'm like, mom, calm down. And, you know, and I come over, she takes a picture with him. And I'm going to have to find the picture. I know it's on social media somewhere. But my mom and Mario Lopez, she's sitting there. And she's with her. It's Mario Lopez, the lady that he danced with, and my mom sitting there like a damn... pulling some bitch shit is what she was doing. It was like all starstruck and didn't know what to do. Almost got us. They were going to move us out of the ringside section because they thought we were just somebody from the damn crowd. Because she was, they thought some fan got through the damn gates and was sitting there.
Gloria's acting the fool.
Yeah, acting the damn fool and almost got us kicked out of the damn boxing matches. It was pretty intense. It was fun though. It was fun, and to this day, I still give my mom shit about that.
Because she was grew up on AC Slater, huh?
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. All stuck on him. It was pretty cool though.
Mario Lopez.
Yeah,
it's the dimples. The dimples got her.
The dimples are what got him. Yep. The dimples are what got him. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sweet.
I used to tell people when I had a mullet, that's what I was like fat AC Slater, man. It was all curly and shit. That's what I was aiming for. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. That's funny.
Because he was
that's funny.
Well, Tiffany Amber Thiessen would be my first one to meet, but yeah, I like to AC Slater. He
he's
the
man. Yeah, I saw my mom starstruck with him. I know.
Really, that's cool.
It's. Was
it because of the show he was on, or because of the Dancing with the Stars?
I think at the time she was watching. Well, we all grew up on. So she knew that, so she knew who AC Slater was, and I think though that was just done. The season had just ended, and they had just won. So I think she was still riding that wave. And when she saw him, it was just smacking me and fucking getting all out of control and acting a fool. So it was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. It was a good time though, damn good time.
That's cool. I like that. Yeah. That is cool. My mom was big on that Dancing with the Stars. I didn't really watch any of it. I was gonna watch when Von Miller was on there, but I couldn't get into it, man.
I just stopped watching TV a while back, and I don't get into any of them shows anymore. No. They were fun. When the kids were young, and we'd watch some of them, but anymore, TV doesn't entertain me anymore. Not like it used to. Right. Watch the damn world. It's more entertaining than watch your local community, and that shit's entertaining. You get on social media, and you'll find more entertainment in real life than you do anywhere else. But yeah.
Or watch the Bullhucker. You can find that on TV. That's bullhucker.com, by the way.
That's awesome, man. Get your little plug in there. Yeah, but we were pretty fortunate though. Over the years, boxing, meeting the famous people and seeing people out there like that, we've been fortunate as hell. It's insane anymore. After a while, every time we'd go to the fights, my dad was all business, standing there with the. Kind of watching over everything. My mom and me are sitting there going, look, who do you see? Do you see anybody? See anybody famous? Right. Who do you see? Because we know when we go to the fights, you go to the weigh-ins or you go to the shows, you're going to see people that are, famous people that you see on TV and shit. So we're over there. Every time we go to the fights, my mom, my dad, and me, my mom and me are like little kids right there. Who do you see? You don't recognize any faces? You don't recognize. And my dad's just sitting there, and she's like, just let him handle his business. Let's go find some famous people and talk to him.
Ernie? Who's the boxer you would want to meet most? Who's your idol in the boxing?
Actually, man, I met a few of them, and that were mine. But if I can meet any of them, probably Mike Tyson. I'd say I have not met Mike Tyson yet. I met like Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. I met quite a few of because all of them are at the shows, and I've boxed even on a couple of Manny Pacquiao shows. I fought, so I've got to meet them and. One of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet, man. He's like,
really?
Oh, man, he talks to you like a damn 10-year-old kid. He's like, yeah, and you're just super friendly and very touchy on your shoulders, and he's a very, very friendly guy. And
that's good to know, man.
It's pretty badass. He's very, very humble, very, very humble.
It's nice to know when you meet celebrities and they're not dicks. You know what I mean?
Right. The one that surprised me was Floyd Mayweather. We met him, and it was a while back before he, I guess, got before he became Money Mayweather, I guess.
Right.
But it was at the National Golden Gloves, and he was over there, and I stood talking to him. In fact, I beat a guy that was on his team to advance to the semifinals in the Golden Gloves. Cause he was,
wow.
Yeah, he was right there, and he was out there, and we took a picture with him, stood talking with him, and dude, how humble the dude was. He was like genuinely, eye contact and kind of talking boxing, and just was humble as hell. Nothing like when you see him on TV. You see him on TV doing interviews, you're kind of like, man, he's kind of a douchebag, man. This guy's kind of an asshole. But sitting there talking with him, he was very, very humble, very, into the conversation, and very cool with him. I even told him, I said, I'm going to whoop your boy's ass, man. Make sure you watch that fight, because I'm going to put it on your boy. I told him, he started laughing at me. That's probably one of him and Manny Pacquiao are two of my favorites but Mike Tyson is one that I would want to meet.
But I think Tyson's kind of one that everybody would like to meet. I'd like to meet Mike Tyson. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just watching his transition over the fucking. He's pretty badass.
I mean, I've never been into boxing too much, but when he was boxing, everybody watched.
Everybody, he made boxing exciting.
Right. When he fought Buster Douglas and all those fights.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, he's incredible, man. He's incredible. It's
because back in the day, people would spend the money on the package to watch the fight, and it lasts like
1 minute,
2 minutes,
seconds.
Everybody getting pissed off at him and watching that. Yeah,
but the guy was a stud, man. You know what I mean? It's like he was like the Jordan of it. Like people watch basketball because they watch Jordan. People watch boxing because of Tyson.
Yeah, he is. Well, anymore boxing anymore, man. It's kind of good, and I love it, but. You get like the guy like Floyd Mayweather, you get these YouTube stars, and they kind of make a bit of a mockery of it.
But when Mayweather fought that kid,
it's just all of the crazy shit. Them brothers,
Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
No. Jake Paul.
There you go.
Yeah, but and they kind of make. and I'm not knocking them for getting their money, because they're getting paid millions of dollars to. Pretty much fucking put on an exhibition. It's like it's not even a real fucking fight. Mayweather's out there making millions just sparring, so I'm not knocking him for that.
Right.
But it's like you get a lot of these he's kind of making a mockery of it, to where he's making anybody think they can come into the boxing game and become a millionaire just instantly. And it's like you get some of these kids that come into the gym kind of sometimes where they think. They see, if I turn professional, I could become a millionaire.
Right.
It's like, dude, it's you're. I think a high percentage, 80-90% of professional boxers have another source of income, another job, another way of making money.
Kind of like comics.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I mean, because a lot of these comics you see, like locally, like in Denver and stuff like that, they have another job.
Yeah, that's kind of the way. It has to. In boxing, you're not making money, and that's what I mean when I say they make a mockery of it, because everybody sees that's kind of what's in right now, and everybody's watching. When it comes to boxing, they're watching these boys getting paid millions of dollars not even be. I will give it to them. They were training, and they did legit. They learned how to box.
Sure.
But to be able to come in there just right off the bat making millions, and you get these kids looking at that thinking that they can do it, it's giving these kids false hope on money, thinking that it's a money thing, and it's.
But YouTube does that with everybody. What name one aspect of American life now that YouTube hasn't touched?
Oh, damn.
Right?
Yeah, it's
comedy.
Yeah, you're right. The
comedy's the same way.
I was about to say, you probably see it on the comedy.
Well, it's a thing where some people have just, or like actors, or just like the Steve-O's of the world jumps in comedy, and just like that. They didn't earn their chops, and neither have I, or anything. But I can tell you, there's 3 or 4 comics in Denver that are powerhouses that aren't famous. That blows my mind. They're not famous.
Really?
You know what I mean? We've worked with guys that are just incredible.
Yeah. You see.
We've had comedy nights where, we've had the headliner take the stage, and it's a guy out of Denver who works another job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen your guys' shows where we were impressed as hell by some of the guys you guys were bringing in. Yeah,
they throttled the room, but they're not. It's crazy, and I think a lot of people jump into the comedy game thinking they're going to be famous someday. I think we did a little bit, it was going to go somewhere.
Is that what you thought when you first jumped in? Like, I'm going to make a living doing this. I'm going to.
Well, a lot of guys that do comedy, that's their goal. Everybody, or a lot of them. But I knew I wasn't going to get famous. I thought I was going to be a famous professional wrestler, is what I thought.
Is that what you're going for? Oh shit, dude! We got some wrestlers over there. Actually, our old boxing ring went to a wrestling to a family that's doing wrestling right now. They're professional wrestling. So if you want to get back into it, my man, let me
He's
know.
talking about like Goldberg wrestling, no,
Yeah,
not like
oh,
Roman
no.
Gecko.
No,
It's,
no. These guys are they're down in Mexico doing the wrestling and coming back up.
Oh, like
here.
Luchadora? Or,
Yeah,
okay.
yes.
Lucha Libre.
Lucha Libre. You want in on some of that?
Maybe I'll talk to you
Throw a
after the
mask on
show.
you, dog. We'll throw a mask on you. We're gonna get you going.
Adam
I'm
Volquet.
a little big for the luchador, but
Hey, you're the special guest.
those guys are like your size,
Yeah,
man.
little tiny shits. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
There's like
about that.
6 of you fighting one of me is the way that shit is supposed to work.
That would be awesome.
That would be so great.
I would pay to
Yes.
watch that on heartbeat. Like,
I'm gonna set up an exhibition match for that, dude. Get yourself find your
it would look like
find your singlet, my man. Find your singlet. It's on.
like those cavemen trying to take down a mammoth. You know what I'm saying? They're just surrounding Adam, like, get his legs.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
swat
awesome.
him like King Kong. So
That's awesome. What was the story I was gonna tell you? I told you I wanted to go back into a story and I forgot what it was.
we'll come back to the glorious story. So
Okay.
we're gonna pick real fast before we
Okay,
get
okay,
anything
all right,
else.
all right.
So do you have one in mind?
I did, and then I've changed my mind. I waffle so much on this stuff.
So
But
okay, Ernie. So we paper rock scissors to see who has to go first, right?
Okay.
How do you paper rock scissors?
Shoot.
You're a 4-pumper, dirty 4-pumper. Yeah.
Hey, I tried it with every time with that we settle everything just like adults. I mean, we settle everything with rock, paper, scissors. Rock.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot. You don't shoot.
I get 1, 2, boom.
Oh, okay.
I'm a 3-pumper.
So
That's
I go 4, he goes 3.
I see. Huh?
So
It's been pretty dumb. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last Yolanda called me a freaking savage for what was Chelsea?
she's 4.
Damn you, Chelsea. All right, ready?
Yep.
Damn it.
Finally got him. I was off to a hell of a roll when we started this,
I know.
and then I
I've been dominating. All right,
cooled
so
off.
we're gonna pick stories now. 3 great stories, man. Told them all very well. I think the Starstruck is the real one. I think that's true. I think that's true because you had a lot of detail with it. You had a lot of passion when you told it, so I think that one's true. The only part is I know your mom, so I'd have a hard time seeing Gloria like giddy. You know what I mean? Like, come over here, oh Mario, you son of a bitches. You know? So, but I think Starstruck is true. I also think Vacation Rumble is true, just from the way you told it. I'm going to go with Bowling Foul as my Bullhucker as the one that's borrowed. Well, no way, you said it was a borrowed story. Shit, I don't know. Now I'm going to change. I think Bowling Foul is actually true because you got the pinky to show it. I'm going to go with Vacation Rumble as my Bullhucker. That's the one I don't think is true. I think that's a borrowed story from somebody.
Okay, so after he told the first 2, I was thinking Starstruck's got to be it because I know that you did professional boxing, you meet all kinds of people. I'm like, there's no way he's around it. Well, then when he said it was your mom, I was like, oh shit, that changes things completely. So I'm with Moose. I'm thinking Starstruck and Bowling Foul are both real. I'm thinking it's Vacation Rumble because you could have a friend or someone in that situation change things around. So I think we're going to double up on this one and go Vacation Rumble.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell both of you guys are wrong.
Well, let's see it. Pull it out. Let's see it. Bowling Fellow is right there.
And that's actually a story, but my mom is the one that went down and she banged herself up pretty good.
So how'd you hurt your pinky?
That's been
From boxing.
no. This happened in 5th grade, and again in 8th, again in 9th, again when I was. It's just this has just been continuous,
Wow.
and it just that, and then I kind of have a little weird, little broken thumb right there.
See, and when he was telling this and he was talking about his pinky and all that, I was like, this could be one of those things like Chelsea pulled on us last time where it's like, planting all this little stuff to make us think it was true, and then it wasn't.
She got us both too.
I got you guys. I got you. That was
So-
Get us too.
yeah.
I
But
was
my mom
thinking-
watching my mom Starstruck though, I will tell you that was pretty damn good. She really was, and
That's cool,
genuinely was like just. That's him. He's right there. He's right. Just kind of shaking and didn't know
Right.
how to fuck. It was interesting watching my mom like that. That was good stuff. That was good stuff.
Gloria. What are you doing, Gloria? You
Some
crazy.
bitch shit, mom. Come on, get your shit together.
Bitch ass shit.
That's some bitch ass shit, mom. Get your shit together.
You know what? And I was going to pick Bowling Foul. The reason I went to that first because it was so short. That's what
Yeah,
that's,
see, and I was kind of that way too.
but then I'm like, it's borrowed, and that pinky sold me on it. So that's good
Yeah,
for you.
that
That's-
got me too.
Hey.
And I just came up with I decided the stories. I had a few because I was asking them since I talked with you guys and told you guys that I was going to do it. I put it out there, and getting tell this one, tell that one, tell this one, tell that one, and I find just as on the way up here, this is my notes. I just I'll go with this one, and this one.
Right.
Well, they came through it. They came through it. So.
Well, even if we wouldn't have picked, yeah.
No, you guys almost picked. I saw you were going to go with that one. You were going to go with the bowling fella. That was your first pick.
I went with my gut
that
feeling.
Was your first pick right there. That was. That would have been it, though. That would have been it. But
I'll give you this. You stayed pretty calm because your face didn't change. I was testing you a little bit, you know.
Well, I was watching as I'm telling stories. I'm watching this. The eyes just. I'm watching you guys, both you guys, just peering through my fucking soul. I'm just going, trying to hold my shit together and tell the story with the straight face.
This guy's never been to Disneyland. This is bullshit.
Well, that one did happen. Holy shit, that was crazy. That was, and in fact, that right before I came there, my daughter, tell that story, tell that. I'm like, oh fuck, all right.
Was it the naked daughter telling you the story?
No, it was the other daughter. And then when I asked my naked daughter, she said, that was crazy, but yeah, you don't tell that story. I'm like, all right. But
sorry, naked daughter.
That's my oldest daughter.
So you were going to tell us a quick Gloria story.
About Gloria, yeah, calling some bitch shit. Well, it was at a boxing match, man. This was crazy as hell, and this happened more than once. This happened at weigh-ins and at a boxing match. We're at the fights. The kid's in there fighting. It's his first round. He's in there, and I'm not gonna drop names. I'm just gonna. He was actually winning the damn fight. Towards the end of the first round, he looks over at the referee and does the throat cut. You know, no mas. I quit, and the referee jumps up there and stops that, and my mom looks at him from down on the floor. That was some bitch shit. What kind of shit was that? She's yelling at him from the fucking ring right there. oh man, just going off on him, and just completely fucking. And it was like, that's right. one with my mom where I tell her to, if she does come and train with our guys, I told her you need a. That's the type of shit you can't be doing to these kids these days. Right. Yeah, you can't be jumping down a kid's throat, telling him how much of a bitch he is, and that's some pussy shit, and that's not how we box, and that's not boxing, and who taught you how to do that, and it was.
She's from Pueblo, though.
Yeah, she's from Pueblo. That's how it goes. Yeah, that's how it goes. And another time she did it with another kid because he was it was actually a damn national tournament. Took him to a national tournament, and the kid found out because they have the brackets up before. The night before, they have the brackets up, and then you got to show up for the weigh-ins in the morning. Well, they had the brackets up, and the kid realized that he fought a kid from California. One of our guys fought a kid from California. So he was like, I don't know, this kid's from California. They're just, don't give a fuck where he's from. It don't matter where he's from. You came here to fight. You're going to handle your business. And they all checked their weights. And he was like within a quarter pound of his weight. And my mom told him, they told him, you don't eat, and he's telling the other one, be careful, you see where your weight's at, be careful. Well, right after that, we come back to the motel, and this guy's got a damn thing of nachos, and he's just picking away, and my mom looks at him, and she's like, are you doing this shit on purpose? And he's like, what, I was hungry, and she's like, you know damn well what the hell you're doing. Well, the next day, he ends up showing up overweight, and
oh, no.
Oh, dude, so he lost the tournament. The whole fucking tournament just because and that was the reason why, and to this day she still calls him a bitch. She still refers to him as a little bitch.
You're like either you're gonna fight that guy tomorrow, or you're gonna fight Gloria tomorrow. Which one do you want to fight? Equally, I gotta take the knife out, Gloria. You take the knife out. When you got a blade on you.
Yeah, my mom's pretty awesome.
She is. Awesome. I really like your mom and dad. I always got along so well with them. And
it's awesome. They have such good hearts, but they don't take no shit.
That's okay though, man.
Either one of them. That's what we learned. That's what we learned running the boxing gym. And you gotta kind of.
Maybe we ought to bring Gloria back on here too, or bring her on here. Steve, I'm gonna get your dad, Steve.
You don't want to bring them two together. That wouldn't be.
We'll go back to back with them.
Yeah, go back to back with them. If you bring Gloria here, she's. You're gonna get a lot of the Pueblo with them extra S's and shit that you're talking about.
Am I wrong with the S's though, man?
You're not.
Bojan. You're the word Bojan, right? Is that what that is? Yeah. No,
Bojan. No, I never.
It's like I think so. What I think it is someone of Scandinavian descent or Nordic descent or something. But it's like their insult. Like in '96, I moved there. Like they do something stupid. Like, what are you, a Bojan? I'm like, I don't know what that is. What is a
possibly?
Could be.
Yeah. Actually, the name Bullhucker came from a guy in Pueblo, an old man I used to know.
Really?
He wouldn't say bullshit or anything. He said, "You bullhucking me?" And I'd say, "I maybe I don't know what that is. What is bullhucking?"
Awesome. Awesome.
That's where I came. I didn't come up with the name. That's an older man I knew in Pueblo.
That's pretty sweet.
That's where the Bullhucker
pretty
comes.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, before we go, I want to ask you, how does someone get involved with gladiator boxing, man?
There's a couple different ways. We have email, phone number, or even just stop by the gym. If you look online, we have a website. And in fact, Aaron DeLay, the educator. He put together a website for us, and it's FortMorganGladiatorsBoxing.com. If
Okay.
you go on there, we have the schedules. We have everything you need to sign up. And if you just show up, you can just show up. And we have drop-in fees or monthly fees, so you can come in on a daily basis. You can come in. We'd have 3-4 classes a day to where you can train. We do boxing, jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts, and wrestling. So
you guys just work out there, right?
I mean, well, the Hibbit class, I came up with that class 3 years ago.
What is it?
A Hibbit, HIBIT.
What's that?
It stands for high intensity boxing interval training.
Okay.
And we came up with that class because I had some moms when we first started the gym in 2016 over there. We had who is now a coach, Debbie Castaneda. Her daughter Julie was training with us.
What's up, Debbie?
What up, Debbie? But she was her daughter Julie was training with us, and Debbie was always asking her, and there was some other parents that were asking, do you do? I want to work out, but I don't want to, I don't want to compete. I don't want to train with them, So do you have like a fitness class? So we kind of put that together, started running it, and man, it's really, and it's basically boxing fitness and what we do, and it's for any age, any fitness. It don't matter where you come straight off the couch, or you can come in as a damn professional athlete and you can do these type of workouts. But it's all timed. It's all timed. So 30-second intervals, 3-minute rounds, 1-minute breaks, just like boxing, just like a boxing match. So we'll do workouts, like for instance, and I'll just name some simple exercises that everybody knows. We'll say squats, push-ups, and lunges.
Okay.
So the way we'll do is we'll set it up, and we don't use basic exercises like that. We switch that.
I was gonna say, I've seen some of your Facebook lives.
Yeah, we do.
There's not basic shit like that. Those things.
I'm just giving you 3 exercises just so you can understand what I mean, though. But we do, and I'll set it up so when the round starts, it's a 3-minute round or a 2-minute round, and it'll start like ding, 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 and I'll set it on 30-second intervals. So if you're doing squats, you'll do squats for 30 seconds. Then when it beeps, you rotate to lunges, and then you rotate to push-ups. But we mix it up to where it's uppercuts. You're ducking, you're rolling, you're slipping, you're rolling, you're. So it's all boxing movements to where you're going to learn how to box, but you're going to get in great shape. So that was when we first started that. Debbie is now the coach. She helps coach that class, and she's kind of a badass, man. I don't know if you know Debbie. You know Debbie.
I don't know if I
you don't know Debbie Castaneda?
Here's the thing. I was quite the drinker for years, man. So I've met people for the first time 3 or 4 times. So I mean, I might know Debbie.
I get it, yeah. But she's just a sweet lady, super sweet lady. Wouldn't harm a fly. But I told her, you don't realize how dangerous you are if anybody was to really push her damn buttons, because she comes in there, she about knocks out some of our guys when we put her in there with that much power. Yeah, she's got power like no other. It's insane. But with that class, everybody that does it, you're losing weight, you're getting in shape, and you're learning how to be a badass. So it's
like all ages.
And we try to keep it. Some parents bring their younger kids, but we try to keep it 12, 13 and up in that class if possible. But like we do have some parents that bring their kids and work out with their kids. So it's like, yeah, you guys work out together, And the few times we've had to where they bring in the younger ones, like 4 or 5, that want to work out with them. So we have our boxing ring and our cage, and we'll kind of put them like, all right, you guys do put the kids in the cage, let the kids work out in the cage. Close that door, let them bang, throw a couple pairs of boxing gloves in there, let them beat the hell out. No,
you guys work your shit out in there.
It's a nice way. It's a nice way to keep the kids somewhat, in a safe environment while the parents are working out. So.
That's awesome. I mean, so and if parents are interested in this, give us the website again, man.
Oh, it's FortMorganGladiatorsBoxing.com, or if you want to reach out on Facebook, we're on Facebook, Fort Morgan Gladiators Boxing. Recently, in the last few years, my daughter's made an Instagram and Snapchat and all that shit, but and that's what I use it for, but I'm not near as active as I probably should be.
So if you need to find that again, it's on the Bullhucker.com. We'll put it on your webpage.
Yeah, and it's a Fort Morgan Gladiators Boxing page, and just, like I say, if you type in Fort Morgan Gladiators Boxing in the search thing, you'll see our page on there, and that's kind of where I try to get as much information and communication. I have like 5 people running the page with me, so we're all putting information out there and kind of letting them know when we have boxing matches coming up, because we have a lot of competition coming up, and actually a fight here in Fort Morgan in 3 weeks.
Okay, this won't come out till then, so
yeah. Oh, okay.
The fight might be tomorrow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe tomorrow. September 11th is when the show is, though. It's September 11th over at the new field house.
And where do you get tickets for that?
We'll have tickets. You can either get them at the boxing gym, and we're partnering up with Cali Paris. So it's going to be a suicide awareness boxing event is what we're going to do. We're going to provide resources for suicide prevention, mental health awareness, kind of. Okay. She's going to help us out and provide all of that, and we're going to be providing the boxing show. And after the show, we're going to have a concert. She's bringing some live music,
nice.
80s cover band to
Nice.
jam out to the 80s. So we're looking forward to that, man. This will be the first time we've had a boxing show here in Fort Morgan, and my parents started the program in '98, and this will be the first time we're actually having a show here in Fort Morgan.
That's
man.
awesome.
I'm stoked, dude. I'm stoked, and just partnering up with Kelly and bringing awareness to something that needs attention.
Right, to break the silence.
Yeah, break the silence.
Actually,
yeah.
Kelly's episode 30.
Yeah, I just watched her episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you get it right?
It was 30, yes.
Okay. Did you get
Oh,
her
did
story right?
Yes, I got it right.
Oh.
Better than you guys. I'm gonna go back and watch a few more. I'm gonna start trying to guess them. I'm gonna
That's fine.
take some notes and let you guys know which ones I'm on and which ones I didn't get. This is good stuff.
We'll go there and leave a comment, man. So
Yeah, this is good stuff. But partnering up with Kelly on that one though, that's kind of the big event that I've been busting my ass trying to get everything together, because
Right.
I mean we're giving away title belts for the winners. The winners get a nice title belt that has the
Nice.
event on it and trophies, and we're doing also a ceremony to where we're going to honor first responders and we're going to honor the military vets.
that's very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Well, just after talking with the cops, we did a podcast with the chief of police and them.
I listened to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were letting us know kind of how much they had to step their game up on over the past
Right.
bullshit year and a half or whatever. So we kind of want to let them know we appreciate
Right.
them stepping it up. Not only them, ambulance, the fire department, and everybody across the community
Right.
that has had to step it up to help out with the pandemic.
We had Adam and I had a show for all of the law enforcement last November. It was October. So it was a comedy show.
Oh, nice,
And,
nice.
it was very heartwarming to know and see how much was donated. I mean, the prizes they gave away were nuts, dude.
They're giving away TVs and all kinds of
awesome.
stuff.
I mean, Slick Spot gave $800 worth of tires. There was a trigger
Wow,
grill.
that's sweet.
Because and Kim Dykes, what's up, Kim and Matt Gordon? What's up, Matt Gordon? We're calling people and saying, hey, it's for the appreciation of all our law enforcement in Morgan County.
That is awesome.
And people were just opening their wallets, man. Like, here,
Dude, that is sweet.
It
Is awesome, man.
It got to a point where we had to start giving away multiple things when they draw a ticket. Like, take some steaks with you too.
Yeah, you get a Traeger, steaks, and a set of tires.
That is awesome, man. That's sweet. You see, my brother's on the law enforcement also, so I have a
That's
brother
right, he
a cop.
is.
Yeah, so I have a brother that's a cop, and we have one of our coaches at the boxing gym is also a cop, and then
Right.
two of the fighters are cops. So we
That's cool, man.
tie hand in hand with the law enforcement, and actually the coach that's a cop over there, John Renteria, he's just got certified for law enforcement jiu-jitsu. This Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for law enforcement to kind of help control and shit. So,
Always Gracie.
so he's gonna start running classes for law enforcement over there at our boxing gym.
Very cool.
They can learn how to handle themselves and take control as
Sure.
opposed to having to beat the hell out of somebody or it leading to something.
And they can't do
Right.
chokeholds anymore. Or anything,
Yeah,
so
can't do chokeholds, so they got to learn how to.
The more they know, the better. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, God bless them, man.
Yeah, so we're partnering up with the police department too, man. With my brother being on there, my heart's right there with them.
Right.
Realizing the shit that they go through, I've never.
It's nuts.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Dude. It is wild.
And the stuff they're gonna in Colorado, they're gonna make them start doing with all the cameras and all the extra
Oh
equipment.
shit, dude!
and
It's. Yeah.
You gotta be a special person to be a cop nowadays. You
Yes,
really have to have
yes,
a passion
yes,
for it, and God bless the ones who do, man. Without them, where we at?
Yeah, but we do have a good force here in Fort Morgan County. I don't know much about the Brush Police Department. I'm sure they're amazing, and I'm sure we've had a couple of them train with us before, but
Right.
that was it.
You guys are almost as good as us. So
Oh shit! I don't know. I think you hear that FMPD and Brush PD. We're gonna have boxing matches. We're doing Brush Fire Department, Brush Police Department against Fort Morgan Fire Department, and Fort Morgan Police
I was
Department.
promoting something.
For the fundraiser. Did you guys hear this?
Yeah.
For the fundraiser.
Did you guys hear the podcast last night? They're starting shit. He's getting us into fights, son of a bitch.
Oh, he said the Brush Police Department's tougher than Morgan. I'm just saying we can settle it.
At no point do I want to start a fight. Okay,
I don't want to start it either, guys. I just want to watch.
All right. Hey, Ernie, thank you so much for coming on, man.
No problem, my man. I appreciate you having me, man. That's awesome. And if you don't mind, here when we get our podcast rolling again with the Gladiator and the Educator, if you guys, we'd love to have you guys over there and
Love to
talk
come on.
about, the impact you guys having in the community, bringing your comedy and bringing
Yeah.
your fucking awesomeness, man,
Yeah,
all the way
man.
around. This is sweet, dude.
We'd like to do that. And Aaron DeLay, you're invited to come on this. I've already reached out to him, but I figured he's busy. Yeah, I get it, man. It's
Yeah,
people get busy.
we're all busy, man,
Right.
nonstop. But
So, And I've been checking out some of his podcasts. He's got a pretty good YouTube channel.
He does,
man.
yeah. He works over there with the school, man. They're helping
Right.
over at the high school and stuff. And he's got a lot of the kids helping. It's pretty awesome, man. He means well. He genuinely gives a damn. He
That's
genuinely cares, and we need people like that.
Right.
Like I said, pulling him into my organization and helping us out. It's been amazing.
And he's been working out with you guys.
Oh, he's losing weight, getting himself in shape too. It's
cool.
pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, he's realizing that he's kind of a badass.
Right. That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man.
Well, once again, if you're looking for all his stuff, it's on the bullhucker.com or his website. You can find it either way. So, Ernie, thank you so much for coming on.
No problem. Thank you. And I'd like to leave my phone number out there one time, 970-380-5331. If you have questions, you can call, text about the boxing jiu-jitsu, our boxing show coming up. We do food deliveries for people, kids, families in the community. We provide resources for mental health, suicide prevention. We do all that we can over at our boxing gym. We try to be just like a coverall for anybody that we see a need, and we do what we can to address it.
Have you ever talked to Doreen Hills across?
She's amazing, man.
Yeah,
I
she's
love
great.
Doreen. She's an amazing woman. In fact, some of the resources that she's given me has really helped me to understand kids a lot more in the development, how kids are developed. She's an amazing woman. I love Doreen.
Yeah, she's good stuff. So I just want to make sure you know
I
her for that.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you again, man, for coming on. Is there anything else you want to plug before you go?
I think that's about it, man. I'm done. The Break the Silence. Oh, I guess I already plugged that one. But the week before that, Kelly Paris, I'll plug hers too. She's doing the Break the Silence, the Suicide Awareness Festival. So we're going to have us a stand over there, the Fort Morgan Gladiators. We're going to be doing selling goodies, selling food. So stop by and say what's up.
And for $12, Ernie will fight you.
Damn straight.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you.
Peace. Thank you guys. Thank you.